Let's go! Cleveland! This is for you!
Harris never really found a steady place with the 2016 Cavaliers. During the 2015 to 2016 season, he appeared in 29 games and averaged about 0.6 points and 0.6 rebounds in limited minutes, often playing in short bursts with no consistent role. Cleveland was built around veterans chasing a title, which left little room for a young wing to develop or make mistakes. Harris struggled to earn trust in the rotation and never got the chance to truly showcase his shooting. Midway through the season, he was traded to the Orlando Magic, ending his brief stint in Cleveland. His time with the Cavaliers was quiet, but it became an important learning experience before his later breakout elsewhere. Sasha Kaun had an even smaller role on the 2016 Cavaliers and never truly became part of the team's rotation. During the 2015 to 2016 season, he played in 25 games, averaging just over 0.9 points and a rebound per game in very limited minutes. Kaun was used mostly as emergency depth at center, filling in during blowouts or when injuries forced Cleveland to rest key big men. With the Cavaliers relying heavily on veterans in the frontcourt, there was little opportunity for him to earn consistent playing time. He did not appear in the playoffs and remained on the fringes of the roster. In the end, this season with Cleveland turned out to be the only time Sasha Kaun ever played in the NBA. Jordan McRae barely had a role on the 2016 Cavaliers, mostly sitting behind established guards and rarely seeing meaningful minutes. Despite this, he had moments to shine, most notably scoring 36 points in the final game of the regular season, an overtime loss against the Pistons. In the playoffs, he appeared in 2 games, getting brief stints to contribute where he could. McRae didn't get much time to play, but he always tried to make the most of it and showed effort in practice and in limited game situations. His presence was small, yet he meant well and added depth to the roster. Jared Cunningham played a very minor role with the 2016 Cavaliers, appearing in 15 games and averaging 2.6 points and 0.7 rebounds in just under 8 minutes per game. Most of his time came in brief appearances during low-pressure situations, where he tried to make an impact with hustle and energy. Midway through the season, Cunningham was traded to the Milwaukee Bucks, ending his short stay in Cleveland. James Jones had a limited but steady role on the 2016 Cavaliers, appearing in 48 games in the regular season and even played 12 games during the playoffs. He put up numbers of 3.7 points and a rebound per contest while shooting over 39% from three-point range. His primary function was spacing the floor as a reliable perimeter shooter, coming off the bench to hit open shots and stretch defenses. And while Jones's minutes were modest and he wasn't asked to create offense, his consistency from deep and calm presence in the locker room made him a quietly important part of Cleveland's championship roster. He's also really close with LeBron, so take what you will with that. Dante Jones was on the 2016 Cavaliers mainly for his experience and leadership rather than on-court contributions. He played just one regular season game, the final matchup of the season, logging minimal minutes. Surprisingly, he appeared in 15 playoff games, though his time on the floor came exclusively in garbage time situations. Jones averaged 1.5 points rebound per game, but his presence was valuable in mentoring younger players and providing guidance in practice and the locker room. Anderson Varejao was one of LeBron James's longtime teammates, known for his energy and passion on the court. Coming off a torn Achilles from the previous season, he wasn't as effective as he had been in earlier years, seeing reduced minutes and production. Despite that, his mentorship of players like Tristan Thompson and Kyrie Irving was significant, offering guidance and insight that went beyond the box score. Anderson Varejao played 31 games for the Cavaliers in the 2015 to 2016 season, averaging 2.6 points and 2.9 rebounds per game before being traded to the Golden State Warriors later in the year. Timofey Mozgov entered the 2015 to 2016 season, coming off a strong 2014 to 2015 campaign, where he averaged 10.6 points, 6.9 rebounds, and 1.2 blocks per game for the Cavaliers, establishing himself as a reliable starting center. However, his production and consistency began to decline the following season, averaging 6.3 points and 4.4 rebounds per game. Midway through the year, he gradually lost the starting center spot to Tristan Thompson, who became Cleveland's primary big man. Mozgov remained in the rotation, but saw very limited minutes in the playoffs due to inconsistent scoring and struggles on defense. Despite the reduced role, he still earned an NBA championship ring as part of the team's historic title run. Mo Williams was another one of LeBron James's longtime teammates, bringing years of experience and steady play to the 2016 Cavaliers. This was his final season in the NBA, but he still managed to provide solid contributions off the bench, averaging 8.2 points and 2.4 assists per game, with some stellar shooting from three and at the line. He even showed flashes of his former self when he dropped a 29-point performance against the Jazz early in the season, in which he missed only one field goal. Beyond the numbers, Williams offered veteran leadership and guidance to the younger players, helping maintain composure during the playoff run. He capped off his career by earning a championship ring, finishing his final season on the highest note. Matthew Dellavedova played a key supporting role for the 2016 Cavaliers as a tough, defensive-minded guard off the bench. During the regular season, he appeared in 76 games and averaged 7.5 points, 4.4 assists, and 1.7 rebounds while shooting efficiently from three. Dellavedova was trusted to run the offense when Kyrie Irving rested, which he did quite often during the regular season since Kyrie was dealing with a knee injury. Dellavedova was quite an asset to the Cavs because of the high energy he brings to the floor, his constant ball pressure, and physical defense on opposing guards, particularly guys like Steph Curry. And in the playoffs, although he didn't get much time on the court compared to the previous year, he always makes the most of his time whenever he gets the opportunity to do so. Channing Frye was a mid-season trade acquisition from the Orlando Magic, who quickly became an important part of the 2016 Cavaliers. He played just 26 regular season games with Cleveland, averaging 7.5 points and 3.6 rebounds while providing much-needed floor spacing as a stretch big with 38% from three-point range. His three-point shooting opened the court for LeBron James and Kyrie Irving, forcing opposing defenses to adjust. Frye was especially crucial in the Eastern Conference playoffs. In Game 3 of the second round against the Hawks, he caught fire with 27 points and 7 three-pointers, swinging the momentum of the series. And in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Raptors, he shot an absurd 58% from three, continuing to punish defenses and solidifying his value during the championship run. Richard Jefferson served as an important veteran presence for the 2016 Cavaliers, bringing experience, defensive versatility, and composure to the roster. During the regular season, he played 74 games and averaged 5.5 points, 1.7 rebounds, and shot 38% from deep. But his true value showed up in his defense and effort. Jefferson helped take defensive pressure off LeBron James by guarding multiple positions, allowing LeBron to conserve energy on that end and to focus more on the offensive side of the ball. Because while LeBron was still a strong defender, he was no longer as dominant defensively as he had been during his Miami years, making Jefferson's role even more important. In the finals, Jefferson became a pivotal piece despite low-scoring numbers. He grabbed timely rebounds, made smart rotations, and handled tough defensive assignments. Because of his effort, defense, and rebounding, Cleveland relied on him for heavy minutes, especially in Games 3, 6, and 7. His impact went far beyond the box score and played a real part in the championship run. Iman Shumpert brought energy, athleticism, and defense to the 2016 Cavaliers, even if his offensive production was inconsistent. During the regular season, he played 54 games and averaged 5.8 points, 3.8 rebounds, and 1.7 assists while shooting poorly from the field. Scoring came and went, but his impact was felt in other ways. Shumpert was one of the team's most athletic players and often injected life into the lineup with his hustle and intensity. Defensively, he was arguably Cleveland's best perimeter stopper. Shumpert routinely took on tough guard assignments, fought through screens, and pressured ball handlers, making life difficult for opposing scorers. When his shot wasn't falling, his defense, effort, and willingness to do the dirty work helped balance things out. His presence on the floor often changed the team's energy, especially in physical playoff games. J.R. Smith, aka the Henny God, was the Cavaliers' best shooter during the 2016 season and one of the team's ultimate swing players. He averaged 12.4 points and 2.8 rebounds per game while knocking down over 40% of his three-point attempts, stretching defenses the moment he crossed half court. Smith still had elite athleticism, capable of exploding for alley-oops, fast break dunks, and high-flying finishes that reminded everyone he could still jump out of the gym when he wanted to. At the same time, he was the most unpredictable player on the roster. On some nights, he looked like the hottest sensation known to man, burying contested threes and taking over stretches of games. On other nights, well, he can be dumb as bricks. But when Smith caught fire, the entire momentum of a game could change in an instant. That was on full display in Game 7 of the Finals, where his 8-point third-quarter explosion kept Cleveland within striking distance during one of the most tense moments in NBA history.
And played 6 minutes. J.R. Smith with a hand in his face, nails that two-pointer. Curry with the 3 fouls, picks him up. J.R. Smith tries another 3. That's good. J.R. Smith with a couple of buckets here to begin the third. Curry with the 3 fouls. James passes it off. Smith another 3. That's good. J.R. Smith back-to-back threes.
When the lights were brightest, J.R. stepped up, and his shot-making, confidence, and fearlessness were major reasons the Cavaliers completed their historic comeback and won the championship. Tristan Thompson was the Iron Man of the 2016 Cavaliers. Thompson played a major role for the Cavs by controlling the paint and anchoring the paint. During the regular season, he averaged 8.1 points and 9.2 rebounds, all while playing all 82 games, the only Cavalier that season to do so, carving out his value through effort, strength, and constant activity around the basket. As the season progressed, he became the team's main center instead of Mozgov. And for good reason, Thompson provided a level of reliability that the front court needed. His ability to catch lobs, defend without fouling, and battle bigger players helped stabilize the lineup. Hell, he can switch on to smaller guys on the perimeter at times and still do pretty well. And in the playoffs, Thompson's impact became even more obvious, especially in the finals. He dominated the glass, created extra possessions with offensive rebounds, and consistently outworked Golden State's big men. Those second-chance opportunities often shifted momentum in tight games, especially in Games 3, 5, and 6, where he averaged a double-double of 11.3 points and 12.8 rebounds while shooting 77% from the field. Kevin Love's 2015 to 2016 season was almost roughly the same as the season before. He averaged 16 points and 9.9 rebounds, but his overall impact didn't always show up the way it had during his Minnesota days, which is to be expected given that he was the third option. Still, in the minutes he did play, his rebounding mattered more than it looked, and that mattered the most, especially in the NBA Finals, where Love finished with the best rebound percentage on the team outside of LeBron, helping Cleveland control the glass alongside Tristan Thompson. Love also brought value as an outlet passer, igniting transition buckets after rebounds, and as a floor spacer in a slower, grind-it-out finals style. And in the playoffs, despite what people may say, Love actually played good. Sure, he shot 39% from the field, but his three-point shooting was on point, with an elite efficiency of 45% from deep, along with 87% from the line and a double-double averaged of 17 points and 10 boards. as the third option, may I mind you. It wasn't till the start of the NBA Finals where Love's numbers started to dwindle more each game. Because though he played relatively well in Game 1 with 17 points and 13 rebounds, in Game 2, later in the third, Love got hit by an elbow on the back of his head. He initially tried to play through the injury, but a couple minutes into the third quarter, he had to be pulled due to concussion protocols. He still played the rest of the series, obviously, but that injury definitely left a mark on his play. While he wasn't delivering all-star level impact in that series due to a concussion, his shooting gravity, rebounding, and passing were important across the entire playoff run. That value showed up in the biggest moment of the season.
Love picks up Curry. Curry steps back, fakes a three, drives again, shut off nicely, found to Green, 7 to shoot. Curry fakes the three, steps back, crossover, puts up a three. Rebound James.
In the closing minutes of Game 7, Love switched on to Steph Curry and forced a tough miss, a defensive stand that helped seal the championship. Kyrie Irving entered the 2016 season, returning from the knee injury that cut his 2015 finals short, and it showed early on. His regular season numbers were fairly subpar by his standards, as he averaged 19.6 points and 4.7 assists, while struggling to find rhythm and consistency. Even so, his role on the Cavaliers was clear. He was LeBron James's number 2, the primary scorer who could create offense when plays broke down and punish defenses that focused too heavily on LeBron. Cleveland didn't need Kyrie to dominate every night in the regular season. They needed him healthy and ready for the playoffs. Once the postseason began, Irving flipped the switch immediately. Against the Pistons in the first round, he made quick work of the series by averaging 27.5 points while shooting 47% from the field and from 3, including the game-winning shot in Game 4 that completed the sweep.
Crowd. Irving for 3. Oh, Kyrie Irving!
In the second round against Atlanta, Kyrie went ballistic from deep, knocking down threes at a ridiculous 67% clip and repeatedly torching the Hawks' defense. The Eastern Conference Finals followed the same pattern, as Irving continued to go to work, averaging 24.4 points on 48% shooting while handling elite defenders with ease and helping Cleveland cruise into the finals. The finals, however, started differently. Through the first 4 games, Irving still averaged around 25 points, but his efficiency dipped as he shot 43% from the field and just 30% from 3. With Cleveland down 3-1 and the season on the line, Kyrie locked in. In Game 5, he erupted for 41 points alongside LeBron James, marking the highest scoring total by a duo in NBA Finals history. From that point on, he was unguardable in the fourth quarter, drilling heavily contested shots and attacking without hesitation.
Kyrie Irving. Irving slides inside. Thompson right with him. Irving, bank shot is good and a foul. And had an outstanding suit. Irving on the drive. Bank shot is good. Barnes, height advantage to Thompson. Nearly falls, drives now, spins back, tough fall away shot, it's good. A brilliant shot, it's a 10-point lead. Irving from 3, bang!
In Game 7, with the game hanging in the balance late in the fourth, Irving hit the shot heard around the world.
Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good! Kyrie Irving from downtown! And the Cavaliers by 3!
A step-back 3 over Steph Curry that sealed the championship and cemented his place in NBA history. LeBron James entered the 2016 season with unfinished business after the disappointment of the previous year's finals. Coming off a heavy workload and another deep playoff run, his regular season was more measured than dominant by his own standards. He averaged 25.3 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 6.8 assists. With 52% shooting from the field and 73% from the line, he was also first-team All-NBA and, to anyone's surprise, an All-Star starter. His defense was not as dominant as it was when he was in Miami. LeBron, at this stage of his career, was more conservative on defense, but his offensive game was still elite as ever. Once the playoffs started, LeBron immediately asserted control. In the first 2 rounds of the Eastern Conference playoffs, he made quick work, barely even sweat. The King led the charge with averages of 23.5 points, 8.8 rebounds, and 7.3 assists, with 50% shooting from the field in the first 2 rounds, sweeping both teams in the process. Then came the Eastern Conference Finals against Toronto, following the same script. LeBron averaged 26 points, 8.5 rebounds, and 6.7 assists, with absurd efficiency of 62% from the field, dominating physically and mentally, while proving that no defense in the East could slow him down. Cleveland cruised into the finals largely because LeBron made every series feel one-sided. Then came the real challenge, the NBA Finals against Golden State. LeBron James didn't play poorly to start the series, but he also wasn't at his usual dominant level. Through the first 2 games in Golden State, he put up decent numbers, yet they felt empty as Cleveland suffered back-to-back blowout losses. He also committed 11 turnovers combined in Games 1 and 2, struggling to find rhythm against the Warriors' defense. In Game 3, LeBron responded with a strong 32-point, 11-rebound performance to bring life back to Cleveland. But in Game 4, Golden State answered right back with another win on the road, pushing the Cavaliers into a 3-1 deficit. Down 3-1, with the season hanging by a thread and the weight of a city on his shoulders, LeBron James stepped into a different level. This was the moment everything slowed down, where every possession felt personal and every play carried purpose. He wasn't just playing basketball anymore, he was imposing his will on the series. From that point forward, LeBron delivered what can only be described as the greatest 3-game stretch in NBA Finals history. In Game 5, he filled up the stat sheet with 41 points, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks, attacking relentlessly and playing elite defense, refusing to let the season end. In Game 6, he followed it up with another 41-point game, along with 8 rebounds, 11 assists, 4 steals, and 3 blocks, dominating on both ends and forcing a Game 7. Then came the final game, pressure high and everything on the line. LeBron did the impossible.
Top step inside, floats it up, misses. Rebound taken by Iguodala. Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup. Oh, blocked by James. LeBron James with the rejection.
He chased down Andre Iguodala for a historic block that changed the course of the game and eventually won Cleveland's first championship in years. LeBron ended Game 7 with a 27-point triple-double with 2 steals and 3 blocks yet again. Over those last 3 games, LeBron averaged 36.3 points, 11.7 rebounds, 9.7 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks, taking over the series completely. And in the series overall, he put up 29.7 points, 11.3 rebounds, 8.9 assists, 2.6 steals, and 2.3 blocks, earning Finals MVP, and rightfully so. From being down 3-1 to leading a comeback that had never been done before in the finals, LeBron James turned pressure into greatness and delivered one of the most iconic performances the sport has ever seen.